Two generations of rugby league players and supporters have been dreaming of an opportunity like this.
Half in the corner, they won't stop it!
He does a bit of a bogey!
Intercepted by Meninga!
Look at it away!
What a try! Farmers with the step! Turbo is away! Tom Trebojevic!
Welcome to a sun-drenched Menderhose jungle. We're here for Yorkshire versus Lancashire, Game 1 of the Academy Origin Series. We're now going to speak to both head coaches, Rob Nickley of Yorkshire and Shane Eccles of Lancashire. Shane, the sun's out, the field is looking perfect. It's Lancashire versus Yorkshire. We're in for a treat, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a fantastic day for it, isn't it? You couldn't have asked for better weather. It should be a great spectacle. You've got selected best academy players across the country coming up against each other. It should make for a great game.
A lot of these players play with each other at their clubs, but the fact that they're playing representative rugby, it's got to be a proud day for the players too.
Yeah, of course, very, very proud day for the players and for the families. Like you say, being selected into any squad representative. Like we say, the best selected players in the country. It's just an extra challenge for them on top of what they're used to. So we should hope it'll be a little bit of a step up from a normal academy game in standard, intensity, speed, and hopefully we see some really exciting rugby.
Is that what you're expecting? A tough, two good teams going at it for 80 minutes, a real good battle?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. I think that's what everyone wants to see, don't they? They want to see two teams giving it their all, playing against each other, really tough, really quick. And we've asked our lads to be a bit expansive as well. Show their ability. Don't hold it back. So I'm going to speak to him in a minute and say you might only get one chance to represent Lancashire. So don't look back on it and think of any wasted opportunities. Just give it everything you've got.
How key is this fixture in terms of the players' development and progression?
It's really key. It's really important, and it's great that we've got it this year. Obviously, last year there was an England international game. This year there's two Origin fixtures. It just provides those players another step up in intensity. So to prepare them to play Super League, you've got to gradually increase intensity. So hopefully this game's more intense than an academy game. So it prepares them for that next step, and then they can play next level and maybe play Championship in Super League. But to get that higher intensity is really important for them.
Shane, enjoy it. All the best.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
OK, Rob, we're here at the Menderhose Jungle. Perfect conditions, rugby league at its best, a hugely talented squad that you've got to work with. How have you found it working with this group?
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. It's probably one of the best groups that I've worked with. That the players and the staff it's been great. We've had great weather for this week as well, and it's allowed us to probably train and play in the way that we want to take into this game today.
What are you expecting? I think Yorkshire, Lancashire speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I think it's going to be really high paced. Like I said, the conditions suit that, and you've got two teams that are going to try to play a really expansive brand of rugby. So it should be really entertaining for everyone to tune into.
And how good is it for the players in terms of the development? To have a change of environment and test themselves at a different stage.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone towards that rep. Well, it's part of that rep rugby programme. To choose new staff, new players, and again the coaches that we're working with the same. To take you out of your environment and that comfort zone is huge. And then again, hopefully we can learn something.
What a day for it! Yorkshire versus Lancashire, Game 1 here at the Menderhose Jungle. We've heard from both coaches. They're ready. The players are ready, and up on the gantry, we're ready for a fascinating 80 minutes. The referee blows a whistle, and we are underway. Yorkshire with first use of the ball, playing right to left. Here comes Ellis Lingard with the carry. That's a big collision there. Good contact there from Lancashire in the middle. Lingard at first receiver, pops the pass up to Joe Butterfield of the Leeds Rhinos. He takes his team just a metre near halfway. Yorkshire down the left edge, a little kick in behind from Callum Kemp. Callum Kemp of Hull FC already had a taste of Super League action. So Lancashire with their first touch of the ball, bringing it out from deep. There's a big collision there. Austin Daniel has felt the effects of that one, and play is stopped temporarily. And that will give me a chance to run through today's team. So I'll start with Yorkshire. They've got Lloyd Kemp at fullback. It's Alfie Lindsay, Jacob Hardy, Marcus Gary and Harley Thomas in the back line. George Brown partners Callum Kemp, who's a captain, in the halves. It's Joe Butterfield, Joe Diskin and Ellis Lingard in the front row, with Zach Lloyd, Archie Sykes and Presley Cassell completing the 13. And on the bench, it's Harry Smith, Chris Matagi, Daniel Stelfox and Jacob Stead. And for Lancashire, they've got Flynn Holden at fullback, Austin Daniel, Finn Yeamans, Charlie Walker and Lachlan Webster in the back line. It's Cian McGann and Ethan Irwin, the skipper, in the halves. Shay O'Connor, Thomas Humphreys and Cian Stanton in the front row, with Oliver. And on the bench, it's Daniel Regan, Alfie Tate, Jake Ramsden and Cameron Bate. So Austin Daniel still receiving treatment. Daniel is back on his feet and he's going to play the ball 20 metres from his own line. Here comes a hard carry. Centre field from Matt Evans. Cian Stanton takes the ball forward. That's a good defensive set, that, from Yorkshire. Pinning Lancashire deep inside their own half. The kick comes from deep. It's high in the air. And it should be bread and butter for wingman Alfie Lindsay. And it is. Here comes Lloyd Kemp. Another player who's already appeared in Super League with Hull FC. Go down the short side with Callum Kemp. Pass out wide, that looked around the head. Play resumes. And Alfie Lindsay's tackled 40 out. Here comes Kemp again. Good hands this from Yorkshire. George Brown takes a tackle. 30 metres out. Here comes Kemp. Short pass. Playing at the line there is Callum Kemp, the Yorkshire captain. It's the last tackle. It comes to George Brown, who puts the kick into the corner. Good work there. Over on that far side from Lancashire. But is that good defence from Yorkshire? It is, but Lancashire stay in the field of play. Lachlan Webster doing well there for Lancashire. Giving it some width there early in the set. Thomas Humphreys at dummy half. That's a big carry there. Lancashire attacking the left-hand side. There's the error, and there's going to be the opening try of the afternoon. It's a finish in the corner from Harley Thomas. Profiting off the back of a loose pass from Lancashire. And Thomas was not going to be caught in that corner. The opening try of the afternoon. It's Yorkshire 4, Lancashire 0. Wasn't going to miss that opportunity there, Harley Thomas. Yorkshire have certainly been the better of the two teams early on in the opening stages. Dominating field position and then forcing the error from Lancashire. So a tough conversion coming up. Not much of a breeze this afternoon at the Mendehoes Jungle, but still over on that far side. A tough kick nonetheless. Right-footed. Just comes across the face of the goal. So the scoreline remains 4 points to 0. A real good start for Yorkshire. The first try from Harley Thomas of the Leeds Rhinos. Back underway. Kemp under the kickoff, gives it to prop forward Joe Butterfield. Joe Diskin at dummy half. Of course, the son of the great Matt Diskin. He had a great career in Super League, did Matt Diskin. Here he is at dummy half. Diskin has a chance to run and get out. He makes a good 10 metres or so for his team. Here comes Kemp at first receiver, just gives it to Ellis Lingard. Lingard of Wakefield Trinity, played in the Championship last year, did Ellis Lingard. Kick here from Callum Kemp, it's great work that. Great work from Flynn Holden, the Lancashire fullback. Kept his eye on the ball. So Lancashire bringing it out from deep, 6 again. Tackle count is wiped. And the penalty for a ball steal, ball coming free. Lachlan Webster with the carry. And in his side a penalty. And Ewan Irwin finds touch 5 metres from halfway. So for the first time this afternoon, Lancashire have an opportunity to enter Yorkshire's half. Yorkshire leading by 4 points to 0, courtesy of that try from Harley Thomas. Irwin pops the ball up to Shea O'Connor. The ball comes free and that's play on, so that's a knock on there from O'Connor. And Yorkshire, oh, that's a lovely pass that there from Hardy. And here comes Alfie Lindsay. Lindsay's tackled 15 metres out. Yorkshire in a commanding position once more. Kemp at first receiver. Goes short there to Presley Cassell. Diskin's got options left and right. He comes right. Here comes Brown. Brown with the pass out the back. It's a short pass there from the fullback. And it's a try for Marcus Gary. Following in the footsteps of his older brother, who scored a fair few tries on this pitch. Marcus Gary scores for Yorkshire under the posts, or just to the side of the post, and that puts his team 8 points to 0 in front here against Lancashire. Again, that try coming off the back of a Lancashire error. But Yorkshire quick to capitalise. A lovely pass from Jacob Hardy on this left-hand side, releasing his winger, Alfie Lindsay. And then patient rugby, steered around the park by Callum Kemp. And then it was the attack down the right edge. George Brown releasing Lloyd Kemp. And then the short pass to Marcus Gary of the Leeds Rhinos, who scores a second try. And now the conversion attempt, just a couple of metres to the right of the post. And it's going to be Harley Thomas. Takes a look, steps up, right-footed. No mistake this time, 10 points to 0. Yorkshire lead Lancashire here at the Mendehoes Jungle. Tries from Harley Thomas and Marcus Gary, one conversion from Harley Thomas. And a deserved lead, it has to be said. Lancashire have just struggled to get going in the opening exchanges. Kemp to Butterfield once more. Here comes Lingard ramping up. Short pass there from Lingard to Lloyd. Here comes Archie Sykes. Made his Super League debut on Good Friday for Huddersfield, but an opportunity here. It's a loose pass by Kemp, and it's a chance for Charlie Walker for Lancashire. He's tackled 15 metres out. Lancashire immediately on the attack. Matt Evans takes a tackle 10 metres out, centre field. Thomas Humphreys at dummy half. Goes left to Cian McGann. McGann with the pass. It's a short pass there. Opportunity for Lancashire. McGann settles it to Cian Stanton. Looks as though they're going to come over on this right hand side. No, they go left. It's a pass out the back to Holden. Holden looking to force his way over the line. Good defence over on that right hand side by Gary. It's a little kick in behind. It's the Yorkshire defence. The referee wipes the tackle count, so there's a repeat set coming. And Archie Sykes has been penalised for a high tackle, so more pressure on Yorkshire's line. And the referee wants a word with Archie Sykes. And there's going to be a card. A yellow card. So Archie Sykes sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes for a high tackle. Can Lancashire make their man advantage and field position count? Here comes Cian Stanton charging towards the line. Good defence from Joe Diskin. They come right here. Surely they're in here. They are. Flynn Holden chiming in from fullback. A lovely delayed pass from Ewan Irwin. And Flynn Holden responds in good fashion for Lancashire. 10 points to 4. Some real smart play on this right edge. Making the most of that extra man. Ewan Irwin with a pass out the back. And as all good fullbacks do, chiming into the line at the right time. Flynn Holden profits with the try. 10 metres in from touch. So 10 points to 4. And Ewan Irwin, who created that try, now has a task of adding the extras. Well, certainly a good response from Lancashire. Falling behind to 2 early tries. But they've now created one of their own. This conversion will narrow the deficit to just 4 points, should Ewan Irwin be successful. The Leeds Rhinos youngster steps up. Can't get the curl on it, so it just goes wide. And Yorkshire lead by 6. It's 10 points to 4. You would imagine Yorkshire will be a little bit disappointed with the last couple of minutes. Started really well, and then an error, and then lack of discipline there, a couple of penalties, and of course that resulted in the yellow card for Archie Sykes. That's a real good chase and contact from the kick-off there, and a little bit of afters as well involving Ellis Lingard and Shea O'Connor. All in good spirits, play resumes, Lancashire bringing it out from deep. Gamston plays the ball. Humphreys at dummy half. From centre field to Stanton. That's the last tackle. Lancashire come down the short side with Irwin again. He's the man that wants to get his hands on the ball a lot. Ewan Irwin for Lancashire. Here comes Harley Thomas, scorer of that first try. Yorkshire attacking the far side. Good run there from Zach Lloyd. Making 10 metres plus. Again, they go down the short side. And Gary releases Thomas, and Thomas, can he find a way over? He gets the ball free. The touch judge puts his flag up in the air. But good attacking rugby down that right-hand side, that short side. Marcus Gary releasing Harley Thomas. Those two look a real handful on that right edge. Here comes Shea O'Connor. And straight at Presley Cassell. Good collision there. Matt Evans with the head guard on, hard and direct. Takes his team past halfway. Irwin again. Delayed pass at the line. Flynn Holden, scorer of Lancashire's try, takes the tackle 30 metres away from Yorkshire's line. Irwin at first receiver, shows it to two, and then a short pass to Matt Evans on the charge. His second involvement in this set. McGann tries a kick. Looks like a knock on from here, but tackle counts wipes, and Lancashire get a fresh set. Here comes O'Connor up the middle. He's got a decision to make here, the referee, and he gives a knock on. A pat on the back for Joe Butterfield for Yorkshire, forcing the error. So Yorkshire have a scrum, centre field, 20 metres from their own line. Looking to get back to doing what they were doing so well in the opening exchanges. But of course they still lead by 10 points to 4. Here comes Gary. Very well to find his feet and play the ball quickly there, Gary. Here comes Presley Cassell. Butterfield at first receiver. Goes out the back to Kemp. Good defence, good aggressive defence on Kemp. Diskin comes to Butterfield again. Good leg drive there from Butterfield. Short pass from Cassell. And then the ball comes free. Ends up in the arms of Callum Kemp. Good heads up rugby there from Kemp. Oh, that would have been lovely. Jacob Hardy pointing to Kemp. You could see him saying, come on, just put me in behind here. Kemp put boot to ball. And Hardy just couldn't take it in his stride. But nonetheless, some real good heads up rugby league there from Yorkshire. Good defence as well from Yorkshire. George Brown leading that. Good run there from Billy Keeley. More good aggressive defence, this time from Jacob Hardy. Finn Yeomans of the Wigan Warriors takes it centre field for Lancashire. Last tackle, Irwin with the kick. The referee calls 40. It's at 40-20 it is. That's a peach of a kick, that, from Ewan Irwin. He's a danger man for Lancashire. Organising his troops pretty well so far. And that was a peach of a kick, that, from Irwin. 40-20. Not quite a full-size pitch here at Castleford, but a great kick anyhow. So let's see what Lancashire can do here. Trailing 10 points to 4, but on the attack, it's a bullet pass there from Irwin. Wasn't the best pass to his half-back partner McGann. And McGann lost it into the Yorkshire defence. So a chance goes begging there for Lancashire. And Yorkshire have the ball back 50 metres from their own line. Hardy with the run. Butterfield. George Brown tackled there. Here comes Cassell. Good leg drive there from Presley Cassell. Still going Cassell. Eventually tackled, but finds his front. Set restart, Yorkshire have another set. And then Oliver Garmston fails to clear the ruck. So the referee blows for a penalty. Kemp taps the ball and gives it to substitute Daniel Stelfox. Cassell runs forward. Yorkshire now back to 13 players. Archie Sykes back on the field. There's an opportunity again. Gary linking into the line. Lloyd Kemp with the pass, but Gary's tackled short. Here comes a one-up carry here from Zach Lloyd. Long pass to Brown. Here comes Lingard. Lingard tackled centre field on the last tackle. Kemp. Left foot step, offloads. And then the long pass, here comes Hardy. It's going to be another set this for Yorkshire because it was knocked down. It is another set. Here comes Archie Sykes. So 5 more tackles to defend for Lancashire. Kemp gives it to Cassell. Here comes Brown. They've got the numbers here of Yorkshire. Here comes Kemp with the dummy. Lloyd Kemp. Scores a try. Yorkshire's third of the afternoon. Real good rugby, it has to be said. Disking at dummy half. Long pass centre field. Brown releases Kemp. Kemp with the dummy. And then dots down. Lovely try. Yorkshire now lead by 14 points to 4. With a conversion attempt from Harley Thomas to come. So Ellis Lingard leaves the field for a breather for Yorkshire. He's got through plenty of work in the middle of the field so far. So Harley Thomas, 1 from 2. Can he make it 2 from 3? He's dragged this one, so the score remains 14 points to 4 in favour of Yorkshire. Both teams freshening things up in the middle. Alfie Tate on for Lancashire. Big collision there from the kickoff. Daniel Stelfox, the Yorkshire substitute, taken a big hit. And the physio points to his head. So Stelfox will leave the field for a concussion assessment. It was certainly a big collision. And onto the field now comes Chris Matagi, son of Suaya Matagi, who's plying his trade at Doncaster, who has had a good Super League career at Huddersfield and of course most recently here at the Mendehoes Jungle with Castleford. Let's see what Chris can do off the bench for Yorkshire. Kemp finds his brother on the short side. Callum Kemp puts boot to ball, right-footed. Real good kick and chase out from Yorkshire. Well-weighted kick and then pinning them deep inside their own half. And Lancashire will have to travel 90 plus metres. Great run there from dummy half, actually, from Humphreys. Making some metres for his team, but a good set from Yorkshire defensively. Last tackle. Lloyd Kemp underneath it, no problems. Beats one tackle. Looks for to get the arm free. Here comes Thomas, Harley Thomas. Disking away from dummy half. That looked forward. He's charging through anyway, he's Presley Cassell. Might have just been my angle. Callum Kemp at first receiver, turns it in field to Archie Sykes. Last tackle. Yorkshire asking more questions. Kemp gives it short to Jacob Stead. The referee put the hand in the air, but then play resumes. Diskin goes from dummy half. Can Diskin force his way over? He's held up. Kemp finds Cassell. Brown, short pass. Cassell at first receiver, short pass to Matagi. Matagi, can he get over? Yes, he can. I said after Gary scored, he's following in his brother's footsteps. Now, I would say that Matagi is following in his father's footsteps by scoring at the Mendehoes Jungle. But to be honest, I'm not too sure that Sawaya scored many tries on this pitch. But doing his family proud here, Matagi with the try. And Yorkshire with their 4th try now of the afternoon. Good play at the line, short pass. And Matagi had space to run and crash over for the try. 4th of the afternoon for Yorkshire. And this should be no problem for Harley Thomas. No problem, the flags go up. And Yorkshire now lead by 20 points to 4 here at the Mendehoes Jungle. Little bit of confusion there from the restart. George Brown eventually taking charge and taking the kickoff. Here comes Sykes. Good run there from Archie Sykes. Of course, fresh from his sin binning earlier in the half. Cassell, short pass to Matagi. Matagi's running, looking to get the arm free. But a loose carry gives it back to Lancashire. Matagi there, punching a hole through the Lancashire defence. And another knock-on. This time from Lancashire, and Kemp can run at the Lancashire defence. Takes his tackle 35 metres away from Lancashire's line. Diskin with a short pass to Zach Lloyd. Kemp. Jacob Stead on the charge. Yorkshire looking to score their 5th try of the half, leading by 20 points to 4. Kemp at first receiver goes short to Matagi, looking for a second. Chris Matagi, he's tackled a metre short. Diskin going himself. Here is Joe Diskin. I think he scored, you know. Joe Diskin has scored. Yorkshire have scored their 5th try of the half. And Diskin just seeing a couple of defenders slow to retreat, got out from dummy half and managed to get the ball down on the try line. So Yorkshire now lead by 24 points to 4. Good work from Matagi going close, leaving defenders on the floor, and Diskin said, "Thank you very much, I'm going to score myself." And Diskin is the 5th try scorer. Should be no problem for Harley Thomas. Bang in front of the posts. Straight between the sticks. So Yorkshire now lead by 26 points to 4. in what has been a dominant first half. Has to be said, Rob Nicholas' team have been outstanding for large chunks. Scored some great tries as well. The last two have been simple though, simple rugby. Matagi and Diskin doing the basic stuff to a high level. A kick deep into the corner. Dealt with well by Yorkshire. Here comes Zach Lloyd. Lingard with a short pass to Matagi. Now Matagi is there on his own. He's going to have to go himself. Still going is Chris Matagi. Great pass by Ellis Lingard in the build-up, it has to be said. Irwin down to stop Matagi though. Kemp gives it to Lloyd. Kemp, and then the short pass to Lingard on the charge. Good push there from Ellis Lingard. Yorkshire looking to be ruthless here. Brown, loose pass there from Diskin. Brown can't take it in, and it's a let-off there for Lancashire. But some real good rugby from Yorkshire once more. They've really caught the eye. And Chris Matagi, what a handful he's been coming off the bench. Causing chaos with Ellis Lingard in the middle of the park. So Lancashire, just the one try to their name in the first half. It was a well-worked try, scored by Flynn Holden. But they've just not looked after the ball enough. Humphreys at dummy half. Matt Evans on the charge. And straight at Archie Sykes, and the ball comes free once more. So another error from Lancashire. And a decent place to start the set for Yorkshire. They'll fancy the chances of more points before the break. Diskin comes down the short side to Kemp. Kemp throws a dummy. Good defence there from Finn Yeomans for Lancashire. Diskin finds Callum Kemp, shows it to two, and then goes out the back to Brown. Brown then finds Lloyd, and then a long looping pass. The execution just a little bit off there, and the ball goes free. So Lancashire will have it back. $26 points to 4. You're watching Yorkshire versus Lancashire here live at Castleford, live on YouTube. We've seen some great tries in the opening 40 minutes. More good defence from Yorkshire, this time George Brown. Cameron Bate runs it in, but runs straight at Ellis Lingard. It's a great tackle. Irwin with the kick. It's charged down by Lingard, who's everywhere at the minute. Humphreys looks for a gap. Shut down by Zach Lloyd. Here comes Evans. Irwin turns it in field to Alfie Tate. Evans at first receiver, goes out the back to Irwin. Irwin with a short pass, great defence there again from Yorkshire. Real good defence, and the ball comes free, and Yorkshire have it back, and there's a little bit of handbags in back play. Nothing much is happening, but all 26 players are going to get in the middle of it. There's a couple not bothered. Archie Sykes says, I can't be bothered getting in the middle of that. Oh, what's going on here? Still going. Surely the referee's just going to blow the whistle, get both captains in and just say, listen lads, come on, let's stop it. So both teams in their own huddle. The referee is having a word with his touch judges. We've already seen one yellow card. Hopefully we're not seeing another. There we go, both captains called in. Callum Kemp of Yorkshire, Ewan Irwin of Lancashire. And there we have it, play will resume with Yorkshire playing the ball 25 metres from their own line. Here comes Lingard. It's a knock on. It was a knock on there from Lingard. Much to the delight of Lancashire. We've got an opportunity here before half time to strike. Trailing 26 points to 4. Irwin feeds the ball. Pass out the back to Holden. It's a knock on, but Lancashire are going to get a penalty. Late shot on the passer. Here comes Evans. And there goes the half-time whistle. It's been a dominant first half from Yorkshire. Scorer of 5 tries, and they've come from Lloyd Kemp, Marcus Gary, Harley Thomas, Joe Diskin and Chris Matagi in that first half, leading by 22 points at the break. The try from Lancashire coming from Flynn Holden, but they've been second best throughout this first half. And at half-time here at Castleford, it's Yorkshire 26, Lancashire 4.
Infield, up it goes off the boot. It's high. Oh, brilliantly taken out of the air by Reid, and Reid will score. He's going to give this. Reid left then and just picked the Australians' pockets.
And they can put plenty of pressure on Australia here.
Oh, Andy Farrell's going for the line! And Andy Farrell has scored! Superb run down the blind side! The very try that England wanted! I thought for a second we'd lost it when he dummied. Edwards outside him and John Bentley, but the lad had every confidence in himself.
England assistant coach Andy Goodway, Robinson's try was a reward for application, really, wasn't it?
Paul Newland intercepted here now then. Batter coming in just, but he shrugs it off. Oh, and a superb effort by Paul Newland. He plucked the ball out of nowhere. He may weigh 15 stone plus, but this boy has pace from Bradford. Isn't he delighted? He set a smile on those faces, and England out now by 20 points to 10.
Just held up, still tackles in the bag. Hodgson again now. Widdop, quick pass, Lomax. What a take! What a take that was by Jermaine McGilvray! The ball was behind him. He twisted his body to catch it in midair and scores in the corner. That's his fourth England try. He's scoring some memorable ones, but they're only none to better that.
Roby waits, finds Eastman. Eastman then to Tompkins.
England, we are a small nation, but with big ambition. Rugby League, born from rebellion, we've been overcoming the odds since 1895.
Grit and determination.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog. Lions on our chest, but the heart of a lion beneath. Beating one nation means more than any other.
Well, the Australian side, they're the team that everyone expects to win.
Millward in 1970. Chariots of Fire. Henderson Gill.
He does a bit of a boogie.
Mike Gregory going all the way. Scully absolutely unplayable. Mozza off the kickoff.
It's a red card.
Peacock and Mason.
And it's on.
Rayner to win it. Ryan Hall's no try.
I think that's a try.
Explain that one. Watkins' chance. The ankle tap.
Oh, no, just had his ankle tap.
Fingertips.
He couldn't have done any more, James Graham.
It's been a long time coming, and these opportunities come around once in a generation.
What a try that is!
On home soil, Wembley's arch to the banks of the Mersey, the Ashes are back. The rivalry reignited. Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
England, where's
So both teams back out for the second half. Yorkshire leading by 26 points to 4. After a dominant first half display, it has to be said. Lancashire not had much of an answer, but they will be looking to improve in the second half. Showed glimpses, but ultimately not enough. So 26 points to 4, back underway from the boot of Lloyd Kemp and Lancashire. The first use of the ball in the second half. Here comes Charlie Walker. Irwin with a short pass to Evans. So the early kick coming from Cian McGann. Caught on the full from Lloyd Kemp. Here's Harley Thomas. Ellis Lingard on the charge. Good collision, good contact there on Lingard. Who gets the arm free though and offloads to Zach Lloyd. And Lloyd, right foot step, good step there. Disking at dummy half, comes to Matagi. Matagi out the back to Kemp. Kemp with a long pass, it's knocked down there from Charlie Walker. It's going to be another set for Yorkshire. Had to do that, did Charlie Walker, because Yorkshire had the numbers on that left-hand side. So a stoppage in play as Ellis Lingard receives treatment, but the physio puts the thumbs up. I think Lingard is going to be fine to carry on. Callum Kemp with his hand on the ball, feeds a scrum, gives it to Brown. Here comes Lloyd Kemp, short pass out wide. Is it going to be a try? It is going to be a try. Harley Thomas starts the second half exactly as he started the first half with the opening try. Well worked from the scrum. And Harley Thomas crossing in the corner, nice finish. As you can see from the replay, real good attacking line. Nice pass from Kemp. And Thomas beats 3 defenders to step inside and cross. So Yorkshire have now hit the 30-point mark. They lead by 30 points to 4 with a kick to come. Thomas right underneath us, looking to convert his own try. Steps up, just drags it across the face of the post. So the score remains 30 points to 4 in favour of Yorkshire. And Harley Thomas, the second of the afternoon. The opening try of the second half. Dominant performance from Yorkshire so far. Here comes Sykes. Archie Sykes, still going, is Archie Sykes. Can't take him to the floor. Here comes Matagi. He's been a handful. Chris Matagi from the bench. Sykes again at first receiver. Goes short to Lingard, another player who's had a real good game in the middle of the park for Yorkshire. Kemp turns it in field to Sykes again. Sykes tackles 40 metres out. Kemp with a short pass to Lloyd. Harry Smith at dummy half. Kemp with the kick. I think he's given a penalty. Tackled in the air, I think he's going to give. I think the referee was unsure. Lancashire do get the penalty. And Irwin will kick to touch. Here comes a run centre field. Alfie Tate. Just a couple of metres short of halfway. Irwin. Here comes Yeomans. Humphries at dummy half. Oh, that's a nice little play inside to Holden. Good hit though there from Lloyd. Evans at first receiver. Oh, that's a shot there from Sykes. That's a shot from Sykes. And Matagi says, here we go. A foot race is on. Chris Matagi. Can he go himself? He's got loads of Lancashire players around him. Looks after the ball, but Yorkshire are still in a dominant position. 15 metres out. Brown at first receiver. Goes to his half-back partner Kemp. Out the back. Opportunity here for Thomas. Thomas beats one defender. Looking for his hat-trick is Thomas. He's just tackled a metre or so short of the line. Harry Smith. Callum Kemp to Archie Sykes. Smith with the pass to Matagi. He tackled a metre short, Matagi. Smith comes right to Brown. Brown with the dummy and the fend and the try. Good try that from George Brown. Yorkshire now lead by 34 points to 4. And it's just one-way traffic at the minute. The barnstorming run from Chris Matagi in the build-up. And then patient rugby league until George Brown crossed. Here's the replay. Yorkshire just building pressure. Smith with the pass to Brown. And Brown says, I'm off on my own. Dummy. Left-hand fend and then the stretch out for the try. And Yorkshire have been good value for their lead. They now lead by 30 points with a kick to come. 34 points to 4. No mistake this time from Harley Thomas. One-way traffic at the minute. 36 points to 4. Yorkshire lead. McGann gets us back underway. Lloyd Kemp, the fullback underneath that, gives it to Lingard. Lingard, route one, straight down the middle. Here comes Sykes. Zach Lloyd refusing to be tackled, approaching halfway. Brown out the back to Kemp. Kemp with a long pass. That's a good defence there, real good read over on that edge from Charlie Walker. Irwin with the step, looking to take the line on. Here comes Tate. Chance for Lancashire to score some points themselves. Here comes Holden. The only try scorer for Lancashire this afternoon, Holden. Jake Ramsden. He's tackled 10 metres away from Yorkshire's line. Centre field. Evans at first receiver. Comes to Irwin. Irwin puts a kick in behind. It's collected by Lancashire. But good last-ditch defence from Kemp to stop the try. Lancashire go down the short side. A long looping pass. The ball is kept alive and then it's kicked. It's going to be another set this for Lancashire. It is. Irwin takes a tackle. So a set restart. Another opportunity. Ramsden carts the ball forward. Driven back a couple of metres, but still a promising position here for Lancashire. McGann at first receiver. Pops it infield to Matt Evans. Here comes Tate. Opportunity here for Tate. Alfie Tate, can he force his way over? Good defence. Once more from Yorkshire. Irwin. Right foot step from Irwin. Good scrambling defence from Yorkshire. Humphreys at dummy half. Here's a short pass to Garmston. Last tackle. This will be a great defensive set if Yorkshire can hold on. Irwin with the kick. The bounce favours the wingman, but he's dropped it. Lachlan Webster there had the opportunity to gather the ball and score, but couldn't grasp it, and Yorkshire survive. Here comes Gary. Harley Thomas there with the carry, scorer of 2 tries. George Brown. There's a knock on there from, I think it's Butterfield, who's just come back. Just come back on from the subs bench as Joe Butterfield. Couldn't take that pass in, so Lancashire get the ball inside Yorkshire's half. An opportunity to give the ball some width here, and it's a good little run from Finn Yeomans. Irwin. Pass inside to Tate. Humphreys out the back. Holden with the pass to Regan. Regan tackled. Holden fancies one from dummy half himself. Good defence there. Good defence from Gary. Knock on there, has to be. Yeah, it is. Knock on from Flynn Holden. High fives all round for Yorkshire. Further disappointment for Lancashire. 36 points to 4. So Lloyd Kemp feeds the ball. Yorkshire go down the short side. Hooker Harry Smith giving it to Callum Kemp, but No way forward on that occasion. Here comes Brown, infield to Presley Cassell, who's back on from the subs bench. He gets the arm free. Here's Matagi, who's done a big stint since coming on. A bit of a hospital pass that for Gary. Gary couldn't take that one in. It was good defence there from Daniel Regan for Lancashire. And there's going to be a penalty. High shot from Butterfield. So an error and then a penalty from Yorkshire. And Lancashire have been given another chance to get some points. I think McGann's going to find touch. McGann at first receiver. Gives it infield to Alfie Tate. Humphreys goes short to Ramsden. Irwin. Pass out the back from Irwin. Long pass. Opportunity here for Charlie Walker, but great defence from Yorkshire. Walker received that ball and was just surrounded by Yorkshire defenders. There was no way forward, and he was forced into touch. So Lancashire once more unable to capitalise on the field position. Butterfield up the middle. Presley Cassell. Cassell of the Leeds Rhinos. Been in and around the first team squad as Presley Cassell. Here comes Zach Lloyd, who's gone pretty well in the back row for Rob Nickley's men this afternoon. Rob Nickley up here to my right, alongside Leroy Cudjoe, a veteran Super League forward, currently of Huddersfield Giants. Matagi runs forward. Kick from Callum Kemp. Good work from Flynn Holden. A good chase there from Yorkshire. That looked marginally forward, but play resumes. Humphreys comes right to Ewan Irwin. It's a deep kick. Oh, he's done really well there as Lloyd Kemp, because that was spinning. And they come straight onto the attack, does Kemp. Here's Marcus Gary. Thomas. Good run from Thomas. On a hat-trick, of course, is Harley Thomas. Cassell to Kemp. Kemp with a short pass. Smith down the short side. Kemp gives it to Hardy. Hardy with the pass that just runs into touch. So it's just gone a little bit scrappy from both teams at the moment. 36 points to 4 is a scoreline in favour of Yorkshire. Here's Shea O'Connor. Irwin in field to Stanton. Humphries away from dummy half. He spots a gap, does Humphries, and he's going for the line. That's a great individual try from Thomas Humphries. Maybe a consolation, but what an individual effort. And there was no catching Humphries. As you can see on the replay, certainly doesn't need a second invitation. The markers unable to set. Humphries says, thank you very much, I'm off myself. Picks the ball up, darts away, and then has the pace to beat the fullback. Good try there from Thomas Humphries. And it's now Yorkshire 36, Lancashire 8 with a kick to come. So Ewan Irwin looking to convert Thomas Humphries' try. Straight down the middle, he does. So it's 36 points to 10 in favour of Yorkshire. Here comes Shea O'Connor, going straight at Harry Smith. Alfie Tate. Pass up the line there from O'Connor to his fellow prop forward Keane Stanton. Irwin with a little chip in behind. And the bounce favours Callum Kemp of Yorkshire. Ewan Irwin looking to create a little bit of something, but smart play there from Callum Kemp to collect the ball. So 36 points to 10. Yorkshire lead as Gary scored a try in the first half. He takes a tackle 5 away from halfway. Here comes Butterfield down the middle. Joe Butterfield finds his front, gets a quick play of the ball, or looks to get a quick play of the ball. Here comes Presley Cassell. Good footwork at the line there from Cassell. Humphries around the legs. Last tackle. Kemp, right-footed. Good full-back play from Flynn Holden. Shea O'Connor. Humphries. Good hit that from George Brown. Stanton. Good defence from Kemp. It's a good defensive set this from Yorkshire, pinning Lancashire deep inside their own half. McGann gets the ball eventually for the kick. Lloyd Kemp comes across, takes the ball, and immediately is inside Lancashire's half. So the first tackle, and Yorkshire are already 10 metres or so inside Lancashire's half. Gary. Callum Kemp, here comes Chris Matagi. 6 again. Tackle count wiped. Smith comes short side to George Brown. Kemp shows it to Matagi and then gives it to Cassell. Kemp fancies one himself here, does Callum Kemp. Lancashire equal to that one though. Smith with a short pass to Butterfield. Is he over there? I think he is, you know. Oh, he's held up. Joe Butterfield. Held up over the line, the big front row forward. Here's Cassell. Short pass, great line, good pass from George Brown, great line from Zach Lloyd. And like a hot knife through butter, Yorkshire go in just to the left of the post. Zach Lloyd with the try. Great line, but it was all about the pass from George Brown. Another good try, and Yorkshire have now hit the 40-point mark. They lead Lancashire by 40 points to 10. Look at this. Great timing, great line. And a great try. We've seen some belters this afternoon. Impressive to see the cohesion of the team, considering that they don't play with each other every week. Rob Nicolay will be delighted with this performance. Harley Thomas with the conversion, 42 points to 10 to Yorkshire. McGann gets us back underway. Thomas underneath that one. Big collision. Zach Lloyd, scorer of the latest try, charging forward. Hardy at dummy half. Kemp in field to Butterfield. Cassell. Kemp, short pass. Good line there from Stead. Ewan Irwin hanging on, bringing him down. Here comes Matagi. Up the middle from Chris Matagi. Kemp with the kick. Flynn Holden, he's done well under those high balls as Holden. Dealt with it well, but good defence from Yorkshire to push him back an extra couple of metres. Here comes Jamie Ramsden. Lachlan Webster. Keane Stanton held in a tackle, stays on his feet and then shoves away Harry Smith. Play resumes. Irwin with the kick. Should be easy for Lloyd Kemp, and it is. The Yorkshire fullback already had a taste of Super League with Hull FC. him and his brother Callum Kemp, who's the number 7 for Yorkshire, who's been influential this afternoon, the skipper. Harley Thomas down the middle. Joe Diskin on. There's Cassell. Cassell with the offload. Kemp collects and then puts a kick in behind. Holden comes across to collect. Good positioning once more from Flynn Holden. Daniel Regan runs straight at George Brown. It's a big hit that from the standoff half. Shea O'Connor. Ewan Irwin with the kick downfield. Collected by Lloyd Kemp. Harley Thomas tackled on halfway. Chris Matagi. Kemp out the back. Here comes Carey. Brown shows it to 2 and then flat pass to Chris Matagi. That's the last tackle. Callum Kemp sticks the ball in the air. A wicked bounce collected by Lloyd Kemp, and then the offload straight into the arms of Billy Keeley, who can launch a counter for Lancashire. And Keeley fancies himself here. Keeley fancies himself. Presley Cassell comes across and makes a tackle. Lachlan Webster tackled 25 metres out. Humphreys at dummy half. Irwin, right foot step from Irwin, then the offload. It's fumbled there by Garmston, and Yorkshire get the ball back. A stoppage in play. With Yorkshire 50 metres from their own line. Chance to get some more water on. A warm afternoon here at Castleford. Proper summer rugby, as they say. Here's just a recap of some of the second half highlights. He's been a handful, hasn't he, Matagi? Look at him go. Played some big minutes as well. Play resumes. Smith away from dummy half. Brown with a short pass to Zach Lloyd. That was a big collision, good hit there from Lancashire. Cian McGann and Daniel Regan involved in that tackle, but they've been penalised a little bit too slow, the referee says. 6 again. George Brown takes the tackle just short of halfway line. Matagi at first receiver. Short pass, loose pass from Matagi. Play's allowed to continue. I thought he was going to blow for a knock-on, but play does resume. And now he's given a knock-on. I think that was just probably a delayed reaction from the touch judge. And it will be a scrum on halfway. Lancashire with the ball and an opportunity to finish with a flurry. Trailing 42 points to 10 here at the Jungle in Castleford. Daniel Regan runs at Jacob Hardy. Shea O'Connor, as soon as he caught the ball, was met by Harry Smith. Ramsden with the pass. Billy Keeley. Humphries with the pass to McGann. McGann finds Yeomans. Yeomans running across the line. Fires a looping pass out wide. Play is brought back. Late hit from Yorkshire. I think the referee allowed advantage, but he deemed that pass from Yeomans to be forward, so play goes back. And Lancashire get the ball. Shea O'Connor. Up the middle once more. Ramsden with the error, goes backwards though. So Lancashire remain in a decent position to post some more points. Garmston over on that right hand side. He fancied it himself from dummy half, does Charlie Walker. But that's terrific defence from Yorkshire. Walker went by himself down the short side. Wasn't the right option, but you can't take nothing away from Yorkshire's defence. Dominant, aggressive. Harley Thomas. Lloyd Kemp, the fullback. The outside backs taking the pressure off the forwards. Callum Kemp out the back to Marcus Carigari. Joe Diskin. Operating at loose forward now. Joe Diskin with Harry Smith on the field as well. At dummy half. Here comes Lloyd. Last tackle. Smith comes right to George Brown. George Brown puts a kick in. It's caught once more by Flynn Holden. He's been solid at the back as Flynn Holden dealt with every kick that's come up his way. Garmston down the short side. Yorkshire, they're going to try and force him into touch once more. They are, you know. Slightly naive from Lancashire going down that short side again. I think that's been 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times this game where they've gone down the short side and Yorkshire have just got men in the tackle and forced them into touch. They've certainly not made it easy for themselves this afternoon. But take nothing away from Yorkshire, they've been outstanding. Fully deserving of that 42 points to 10 lead that they have. Here's Diskin. Kemp turns it in field. Here comes Matagi. Brown with the pass to Kemp. Kemp finds Harley Thomas, who's on a hat-trick, is Harley Thomas. Gets the pass away to Jacob Hardy. It's gone forward. And that will be that. That's the last play of the afternoon. And hasn't it been great to see Yorkshire and Lancashire go at each other again here at Castleford this afternoon. Yorkshire certainly the dominant team. And they've scored some brilliant tries. Lancashire have had the moments. But ultimately, it's been an excellent and dominant performance from Yorkshire. And they've run out winners here at Castleford by 42 points to 10. Check out the second half highlights. Some real eye-catching tries. Frustrating for Lancashire. Matagi was a real handful all afternoon. Carving up down the middle. Legs pumping. Short pass at the line. There wasn't stopping Lloyd from there. They may have been beaten easily, but this was a great individual try here from Thomas Humphreys, getting away from dummy half and putting the afterburners on, rounding the fullback. Sensational try that was. But it was just a consolation because Yorkshire were immediately back on the front foot. Short pass and the try there. And then more good rugby from the base of the scrum. That was a try at the start of the second half. But it's been a great afternoon of rugby league here at the Jungle in Castleford, and it's finished. Yorkshire 42, Lancashire 10.
England, we are a small nation, but with big ambition. Rugby league, born from rebellion, we've been overcoming the odds since 1895.
Grit and determination.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog.
Lewis!
Lions on our chest, but the heart of a lion beneath. Beating one nation means more than any other.
Well, the Australian side, they're the team that everyone expects to win.
Millward in 1970. Chariots of Fire. Henderson Gill.
He does a bit of a bogey.
Mike Gregory going all the way. Scully absolutely unplayable. Mozer off the kickoff.
It's a red card
Peacock and Mason.
And it's on.
Rayner to win it.
We won.
Ryan Hall's no try.
I think that's a try.
Explain that one. Watkins' chance. The ankle tap.
Just had his ankle set.
Fingertips.
He couldn't have done any more, James Graham.
It's been a long time coming, and these opportunities come around once in a generation.
What a try that is!
On home soil, Wembley's arch to the banks of the Mersey, the Ashes are back. The rivalry reignited. Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!